All right, so I'm going to be sharing with you my workout routine. So today I'm going to show you the workout routine that I use for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And then tomorrow, or the next time I do it, I'll show you the one for Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sundays if I have time, which I usually don't. So first of all, there is a warm-up, and I don't always do it because I'm always in a hurry. But so basically it's 30 seconds of each thing. So first you start out like walking in place for 30 seconds. So I usually do it in there in front of my clock, but today I have the house to myself. I don't really have any good angles in there to be able to show you what I'm doing. Everything's too scrunchy in there. So you just walk in place for 30 seconds, and then whenever it's 30 seconds, you start, it's kind of like a jump up, what do you call it, jumping jack. It's a little different. I learned this warm up from Shaun T on Insanity. So you just do this for 30 seconds, and then whenever that's up, then you go into like this. I don't know, I might have modified some of these exercises a little bit, but you do this for 30 seconds. And when you get through this whole routine, then you take a break and walk around and just try to get your heart rate back to like a normal, just to make sure your heart rate doesn't go too high. I'll try to look up those heart rates for you, or you can look them up on Google and see what your resting rate is supposed to be. Let's see what's next. I don't remember. And what your exercise rate is supposed to be. I think it might have to do with your weight and size too. I'm not sure. Anyway, I think you can just kind of Google some information like that. But yeah, so you do this whole routine like 3 times with breaks in between. So I have no idea how much 30 seconds is because I'm a really bad judge of time. But so if you can't see what I'm doing, it's kind of like butt kicks or whatever. And then after that, like a high step, like this. And I don't think I forgot anything, but I might have. So you just do this for a little while, and then after that, you do kind of this little thing where it's like this. And so it's kind of a footwork and handwork thing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I can't see my feet, but just kicking your feet forward while you do this with your hands. So you do that for 30 seconds. And when you get all through with this, like I said, you just kind of walk around until it feels like you can go again. And you do the whole thing like twice more. Okay, I'm gonna have water. You should have water or Gatorade because you're gonna need it. Okay, so then I have these 2 hand weights. You can use any size, whatever's good for you. These ones are 5 pounds. So this main part of the workout is I learned from @Lao Athlete. It's just kind of a core workout, which keeping your core strong and in shape is really good for your health and longevity, I think. But anyway, yeah, keeping your quality of life good for a long time. Okay, so most of these ones I learned from @Lao Athlete, and then I think I threw in another couple that I picked up somewhere, but so first you stand with your feet kind of about shoulder length apart, and you just go up like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are all 10, 8, 9, 10 reps, and you do 3 sets of them. So then the next one is you just kind of put it together. He was using like a box of something that weighed about 10 pounds for this, just something around the house, which you could totally do also. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you go the other way. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just making a big circle. That's probably the best angle in front. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you do this one where you kind of squat and lift at the same time, and it's good to breathe like this. Let's try to show you a slide. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you just kind of stand here and do this, and try to keep your core straight while you do this. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the first part of the set, and I usually rest right here until I feel like I can keep going. I have lived with my body a long time, and so I know how to listen to it. If you are young and you don't know, it's good to learn what your heart rate should be before you go into the next thing. And the way you check your heart rate is somewhere in here. You can usually feel it, or you can feel it on your wrist. I'm dead. I can't find mine. Anyway, you put 2 fingers wherever you can feel your heart rate, and you count it while you're looking at a stopwatch for 10 seconds, and then whatever your number is, that how many times it beats in 10 seconds, multiply that by 6 so that you get how many times it's beating in a minute, and then compare it to the chart that shows you what it should be resting or after exercise or whatever. So then the next part of this set, I'm going to see if I can get you in a place where you can see what I'm doing. The next part of this is kind of on the ground, so this is going to be tricky because this is a small space and I don't know if I can get to where you can see what I'm doing. I just wonder if we can do that, but it's very scrunchy in here, so it's hard to find a spot where you can see my whole body. Kind of. All right, so this next one is called V-ups. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it to you because I can't find a spot where you can see me. I'm going to try putting it over here. Okay, so what you want to do, try something else. This is not working. it's hard to find a spot where you have enough room to do it, but also that you can set this somewhere where people can see what you're doing. Anyway, so, oh my gosh, this is no bueno. Es no bueno. Ayúdame, por favor. Yeah, so I'm having a little bit of trouble here, but anyway. So what you want to do is you're gonna do a sit-up almost, but you're gonna pull up your, this is really frustrating. Pull up and touch your toes 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more harder than it looks, but you'll get the hang of it if you keep trying. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's that one. And then you take your little hand weights or whatever you're using, and you lift your feet up off the ground, and you do like a, it's like a rowing almost. They have a name for this. I can't remember what it is. If you don't rest your abs in between, it can get really hard. So then the next one is you kind of, let's see. So you're going to stretch your hands out, your arm like this, but straight forward. Excuse me, my gosh. And then you're going to go like this. You're just going to pull your legs into you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the next one is you're going to lay on the floor and you're going to just kind of go up like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the last one is like this. It's like for your triceps, I guess. And you just get like in a crab walk kind of position and just lower yourself to the ground and up again. So so then you rest, and then you repeat that whole set 3 times, which I don't think I'm going to show you that because we're already at 13 minutes. But I am going to show you the stretches that I use afterwards for a cool down. And you should always stretch and cool down afterwards. Stretching is really important. I know you can't see me. Stretching is really important. It keeps everything working the way it should and keeps you young longer. Yes, so I'm going to show you those. Let's see, where should I put this? Not sure where you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, but just maybe put it right here. Okay, so these socks are going to, slide around on this floor, but you put your legs about like this and you just relax. Just rest into like a stretch like this. Just rest into it. And then you come up and you can get far enough away. You just do this kind of a thing while you're breathing. Like that 3 times. Then you come down again. And just kind of relax for a few seconds or whatever. And then come up and do this. And again. So you're just like this. And then when you come up, you just come up really relaxed like this. And you do that. Okay. So then, what you're gonna do next is, so you're in this position and you just come down like this. So you're stretching this leg. Okay, and you just put your hands straight out in front of you. And then you just let that stretch. And then you go this way. And you feel the stretch in your calf usually when you're doing this part. You let that stretch till it feels loose. And then you do this so that the stretch moves to this part. And then you go down like this. And there's not much room here, but you do this. Just kind of lean into that. And then you go the other way. Put your hand in front of your foot like this. Let everything stretch. And then you get up like this and just put that stretch right here. Stretch that and touch your toe. And then you go back to the middle and just let that just relax into that. I learned these stretches also from Insanity, from Shanti. I think I pretty much do them the way he does. So then you go to the other side, and it's kind of crowded in here. Feel that stretch in here. And then you go this way. Pretty much you just do everything you just did on that side, you do it on this side. So you're going to stretch that, your calf, and then you stretch this part, and you'll feel it in there too probably. And it's really crowded in here. So I'm gonna turn just because it's really crowded in here. And so then you come down like this. Maybe this will give you a better angle of this part too, but and on this one you'll feel the burn in this leg because it's not used to being like that. And then this part. And then you just come in the middle and just put your arms like this so that there's just that looseness, and you'll come down farther. Just relax into it. And then you just touch the ground with your palms. Okay, and then you're gonna grab your ankle and just do like a balance like this. This can take a little while to really be able to do, but you're stretching this leg and it's really good for your knees. Sometimes when my knees hurt when I'm walking, I just stop and do this stretch for it, and it does help. So I'll let you see what that looks like from the side. And just let it stretch. And then just pull your leg up in front of you. Some days my balance is better than others, but you just pull that up in front of you to stretch it this way. Yeah, all the way. I think it depends on your mental state sometimes, how good your balance is. Then pull it this way. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other leg. Just pull it up to your chest. And then pull it out this way.
And you're using your other arm for balance. So just to kind of counterbalance or whatever. Okay, and then the last one, you're gonna start like this, and you're just gonna put your leg all the way up like a Superman position and just balance on the one foot. I don't know if I can find a spot to be able to do this from the side so you can see what I'm doing. Then you do the other side. It is really crowded in here, but that's normal. And so you just put your legs straight out and your hands straight out in front of you. And I don't know if you can even see that. There's a bed in the way, but yeah, you just go straight out. So those are your stretches. And then you just go get in the shower because you're all sweaty, see?